So let's talk about the people who are struggling to get started. I've gotten to the point now where it is super easy. I've got to the point where it's just what I do, which is what I was talking about on the early videos. Basically getting to the point where it's just something I do. It's part of my day. And I'm like 2.5 miles into my walk this morning, and it's just starting to get light. So I didn't want to make this earlier in the dark. But you don't have to do everything at the start, you know. Kind of the other video I talked about being the best that you could be. Don't even be the best you could be on the first day, right? Because then you might be exhausted and sore and tired and not be able to do day 2. Just start off and do something more than you did yesterday. If you haven't been doing anything at all, start walking. Just go walk around your block. You know, just go walk outside around your block. The next day, you know, go around twice. I've got a really cool trail and kind of route that I take. I'm able to gauge the distance on the steps. But if you just improve what you were doing, it's so much easier to get to the next step, and then you'll start to challenge yourself and want to do a little more and a little more and a little more. I was doing like 2 miles, then I accidentally went like 2.5 one day, and I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to stop at 2.5, might as well go to 3. And that's kind of how it's been getting further and further. So instead of like trying to compete with even yourself, you know, at first, just go do something. Go do anything. You know, go do 10 squats and do 10 push-ups. Tomorrow, do 15, you know, and just kind of move forward like that. It'll help you get started a lot more than worrying about the challenge of, God, I've got to go walk 3 miles. I've got to go do 100 push-ups. I've got to go do 100 squats. Like, instead of stressing about that, let's just get started doing something so that you can have a base, you know, and that alone will give you some motivation to go the next day and then try and beat it. I don't care if you do 10 today and 11 tomorrow, you know, just improve a little bit at a time until you are doing something, you know, that helps challenge yourself. And to be honest, the 10, if you're not doing anything right now, the 10 push-ups and the 10 squats will challenge yourself. That's already like, all right, I got to do 10 push-ups and 10 squats. If it was that easy, you'd have been doing it yesterday, right? But you weren't. So just don't stress about going big right off the bat. Just go do something, anything. Secondly, and this is going to contradict what I'm saying, is I saw a post yesterday from a friend of mine named Blair. And I've seen this many times before, and I've said it many times before, but it is something that goes to higher level competitors. And that is, do not complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. And man, is that true, you know? People complain about not doing well, but they didn't do anything to prepare to do well. And so you can't blame anybody but yourself in a situation like that. You can't complain to anybody but yourself. If you want to complain to yourself, go for it. You know, maybe that'll challenge you to do better. But that's why I always used to say, like, if there was ever a time I didn't do the work before a fight, or I took a fight on short notice, all of that's going through my head as I'm walking to the cage. You know, like, man, I wish I would have. Man, I wish I would have. But who are you going to complain to? You can't complain to anybody because it's your fault. So unless you're out there doing every single thing you possibly can to compete at that level, don't be surprised. Don't be disappointed. Don't be, you know, butthurt when you don't perform well. Now, if you put everything into it and you do every single thing you can, and you're walking to the cage confident and you lose, that hurts, you know? But at the same time, there's nothing really to complain about because you did everything you could in order to get to that, you know, in order to win, and you just came up short. That's a difference than not preparing and going out there and performing shitty. So that's a great quote if you think about it. Don't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. So thanks for posting that yesterday, Blair. And everyone else, go do 10 push-ups and go do 10 squats. Let's go.